Allow the eyes to softly close. If it's comfortable, breathe in and out through your nose. Otherwise, breathe with your mouth when needed. Begin to bring your awareness inwards to your breath. Notice how your breath feels and where it is in your body. Relax your jaw and allow the tongue to rest on the roof of the mouth. Relax the space between the eyebrows. Slowly start to deepen the breath, bringing it lower into the belly. As you inhale, feel your belly expand like a balloon. As you exhale, feel your belly draw back towards your spine. As your breath draws deeper into the belly, there is very little movement, if any, in the chest. We are now doing what's called the yogic breath or belly breath, and this allows for the deepest kind of breathing, replenishing the body and mind, and preparing it for yoga practice. Begin to inhale and exhale to a breath count of 5, balancing the in-breath and the out-breath for 5 complete breaths. Slowly start to return to a normal, comfortable pace of breathing. Take one last deep inhale, and as you exhale, open your eyes. Begin shrugging the shoulders up, back, down, and forward as we inhale up and exhale down, keeping that nice long neutral spine through the top of our head. And reversing direction, continuing to inhale up and then exhale down with each circle around. After your next exhale, allow the shoulders to come to rest, placing the hands on the knees as we pull our sternum back towards our spine, letting the back arch. As we inhale forward into a seated cow, exhale back into cat. Allowing the upper back to round as the head drops. And as we inhale forward, let the heart open and the head lift. Good, coming back to the center. We're going to rotate the torso around using the hands to help aid us in pulling the chest forward and pushing the chest back, just making circles around with the torso, breathing with each revolution, As we then return back to center, reversing that circle around, really getting the shoulders involved as we warm up the spine. Keep breathing. And returning back to center, once again pulling back into cat and cow just to reset the spine after we've done a little twisting. Inhaling up and through, exhale, allowing the spine to go back. Inhale up. Good, reaching the fingertips down towards the mat, elongating the arms and the spine through the top of the head, sliding the right hand out, lifting the left arm over the top as we practice a little lateral flexion of the spine. Press through the left hip down in towards the ground. We don't want to roll off the mat. We really want to elongate the entire left side of the body. Straightening the body once again, bending that left elbow, sliding the left arm down, reaching the right arm over the top, elongating as long as we can, while keeping the neck neutral, the spine elongated through the top of our head, pressing down through the right glute into the earth. Coming back to center, reaching those fingertips down. Inhale and exhale, bring the right ear to the right shoulder, placing the right hand on top, just gently encouraging the stretch. Breathing in, elongating the left side of the neck, keeping the spine long, reaching through those left fingertips. Bringing the left hand back behind, looking down towards the right thigh. Pulling now from the back of the head, gently encouraging the stretch. Keeping the spine long, your posture proud and strong. Breathing into anywhere you feel tightness. And releasing, coming back up to center, moving over to the left side, bringing the left ear to left shoulder, reaching through the right hand all the way down into the earth. So you're simultaneously elongating the spine up and then over from the neck to your left, and then reaching down in towards the earth with your right hand. Inhale. Exhale, rotating down towards the left thigh as we reach the right hand back behind us. Keep breathing. And coming back up to the center, inhale and exhale. Good. Switching the leg that's in front or on top in your easy pose or lotus pose. Placing the hands on the back of the head. You're going to bring the chin down towards the chest, stretching the back of the neck. We still want to keep the spine elongated, so sitting up as straight as we can and just bending at the neck. Bring the shoulders down and back on the spine. We're going to keep the elbows wide. Breathe in and out, drawing that relaxation towards the back of the neck, still breathing through the belly. In your next exhale, release the hands to the ground. Inhale, bringing the head back, chin up towards the sky. Very gently, so not all the way back. You want to protect the cervical spine. And if this is uncomfortable for you, just remain looking forward, or you can turn the head left to right, up and down. Good. Let's go ahead and grab our strap and placing it between our hands, wider than shoulder width apart. We're going to inhale the strap up and back over our head and behind our head as far as we can today. Keeping the spine neutral, as if there's a string from the top of our head pulling us straight up, just allowing the chest to open. Inhale, exhale, bring the left hand towards the ground. Inhale, both arms up, and then exhale down to the other side, just kind of flossing back and forth as far as you can, and that may be just a few inches. You may not be able to get the arm to move behind the head, and that's okay. Only going to the point that works for you. Coming back to the center, bringing the arms back over, getting a wider grip, as if you were to start a jump rope session. You're going to inhale that jump rope back over the top and forward. So your spine might move just a little bit. You still want to keep it long, so you don't want to have to duck under. If you find you can't bring your arms very far back, widen your grip. Good. Coming back forward, shortening your grip on your strap. You're going to drop the left arm behind the head, right hand behind the back. You're going to grab that strap as high up as you can. And this is a good modification for the cow's face pose, which we'll do at a later time. This is a great tricep stretch and shoulder stretch. Then you're going to lower your grip and inhale, bringing the left hand up as high as it goes while still holding on with your right hand. So once again, somewhat flossing up and down, and this helps to aid in your shoulder mobility and flexibility. Now, how high up is totally up to you. Good. Coming back, switching to the other side, bringing your right hand up, grabbing as high up as you can with your left hand. Once again, just holding that stretch, keeping that spine long. Top of the head goes up towards the sky, just breathing. If you're having to lean forward, then you may need to widen your grip. And then as you're ready, drop the left hand down, bring the right hand up, and flossing back and forth. And you may need to play with how high or low your grip is on this particular one to find out the spot that really works for you, that you feel like you get mobility here. Good. And release. Coming back to the center, putting our strap off to the side. We're going to go ahead and roll down onto our mat. But first, sitting up nice and tall, inhale, then exhale, one vertebrae at a time as we go down. Good. Inhale the knees up to chest. And if you find that you're really struggling to get the knees into your chest, you can use a strap here as well by placing it in front of the shins and pulling towards you. So that way you can also let the head and neck release if you wish. You don't need to do this, but if you find it a strain that you're really struggling to bring the knees to chest, I recommend you use the strap. Inhale and exhale. Good, releasing down. Placing the strap in front of our ankles, feet planted flat on the ground. Wrapping the strap around the wrists and holding onto the hands. You can lift up into bridge. And you'll notice this may help us to keep our ankles underneath our knees and gives us a little more of a spot of resistance for work if we do want to work a little bit harder or gain a little more heat in our practice. Keeping that space underneath the chin. Taking a moment to reflect that we always allow space for ourselves in our practice. We avoid judgment of ourselves or others. We take our time listening to our body for what we need. Inhale and exhale, bringing the hips down. Inhale the knees to chest. Just keep breathing through that belly breath that we practiced, matching our movements today with the breath as always. Inhale, exhale, allow the feet to come down. Inhale, those hips up with the strap around the ankles. Inhale the hips up, bringing the shoulders in towards one another. Pressing down through the backs of the arms, engaging a little bit higher of a bridge pose. Perhaps thinking about our intention. What we would like to get out of this practice today. We inhale, then exhale, lower the hips down. Straightening the legs out, bringing the left leg up, wrapping the strap around the ball of the foot, and bringing the leg as far up as it goes today. You can also bend the right knee if this is too intense. And you can lower that leg down. It does not have to be as high up as mine is here. You're looking to straighten that knee. You can keep a micro bend in there, but we're really looking to get a nice stretch to the back of the leg. Allowing the arms to come down on the mat, head on the mat. A nice little hamstring stretch. You can keep it there. If you would like to deepen, you can actually choke up on your grip, move your grip up, and bring your head up off the mat as well. Breathing into the back body. Noticing our breath, keeping it even. Good, and come back down. Now with this strap, we're going to hold on. We're going to bring the leg out to the side as far as it goes for us today. Now once again, I'm pretty flexible, so if your leg doesn't go all the way out to the side, just let it go where it does and support it with your strap. The right hip should be pressed into the earth. You don't want your body coming up off the ground. The right shoulder is pressed into the ground as well. Inhale the leg up. Going to bend the knee, allowing the knee to flare out to the side of the arm as the bottom of the foot goes towards the sky. Now, you may not need the strap for this, or you may, so take your choice. Without the strap, you are going to simply grab between your big toe and second toe. You can bring that out to the side. And same idea, so bringing the knee towards the earth, bottom of the foot towards the sky. Just showing you the options between using the strap or not. And releasing and coming back down. Showing on the other side. Wrapping your strap once again around the ball of the foot. Going into that hamstring stretch, and here I'm demonstrating with a bent knee, which if you have some back pain or you're extremely tight in the hamstring, this can help to alleviate some of that pain. Or for a deeper stretch, you can straighten the leg out. Or you can just play with it and see what the difference is. Noticing how the spine is still long, arms are relaxed, just holding on to the strap. And then breathing into the hamstring, into the back body. Inhale, exhale, allow the leg to flare out to the side. You want to keep the left hip, left shoulder pressed into the earth. You're having to counterbalance the weight of that leg moving out to the side. Breathe through. Inhale and exhale. Keeping the breath even. Inhaling the leg up. We can either bring the head up towards the shin or walk the hands up. If we don't have a strap or can reach, allowing the knee to bend towards the outside of the arm and pulling the top of the foot towards the chest, allowing the bottom of the foot to face the sky. Or using your yogi fingers to bring the foot closer to your right shoulder. Inhale and exhale, releasing the foot down and placing our strap to the side. Good. Inhale the knees to chest. Exhale the feet down. Place the hands down. Inhale the hips up. Exhale the hips down. Inhale, knees to chest, head up if that feels good. Exhale the feet down. Inhale the hips up. Exhale down. And so on. Good. Adjusting the spine and then rocking up to boat pose or just coming over up into boat. You can grab that strap again if you like. Wrapping it once again around the ball of the foot is one option for boat pose. Pressing through the bottoms of the feet, elongating all the way up. Elbows are going to be tucked in towards the rib cage. You can also bend the knees, or you can do it without your strap. Totally up to you. Good. Resting whenever necessary, and then when you're ready, keeping that spine nice and long, not letting the chest cave in, keeping the shoulders open. For a little more heat, lift the arms up. Keep the shoulders open, shoulder blades down against the spine. And for even more heat, you can start moving those legs around, kicking one leg out and back in. Resting when you need to. Good. And as you're ready, straightening those legs all the way out into staff pose. Once again, wrapping that strap around the balls of the feet. First, sitting up nice and tall. If you have to lean back because your hamstrings aren't allowing you to come forward, that's okay. But the strap helps us to stay upright in this pose, staff pose. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Ankles are flexed, spine is long. Good. Inhale, and on your next exhale, you're going to forward fold. So keeping the spine neutral in our fold first. So that helps us to stretch the hamstrings versus just collapsing and stretching the upper back. We're now stretching the lower back and hamstrings. You want to inhale up and exhale down. Now, you don't need the strap for this, but it can be a great help to deepen. And move your hand position as you need to. If you've got a little more flexibility in there and want to really deepen, just use the strap to pull yourself down. Good. Removing our strap. And rotating over. Placing the feet down, knees up, and sitting up with a tall, long spine. Okay, so we don't want the shoulders going in towards the ears. Gonna inhale, exhale the knees over to one side. Inhale up and exhale down. Always focusing on that nice long spine. It's real easy to kind of zone out and forget. So you want to support that long spine as we're twisting the low back. Good. Sitting up tall. Allowing the bottoms of the feet to come together. Knees to come out to the side. Now feet can be farther away from you. Or, if that's very difficult, you can also use the strap on the outside of the feet to help keep your spine more upright. So shoulders are going to be back. We're going to try and lean forward as far as we can. Now that may not be for you, and that's okay. You can just hang out there the best you can. Or if you've got more flexibility and you can forward fold on your own, keeping the head and neck as long as you can, and then when you can't stretch any farther forward, then release the head and neck down. Breathing into anywhere you feel tightness. Remembering to support ourselves. Giving ourselves our positive affirmations. Remembering we need to feel and listen to our body. Good. Inhale up, using the hands to support the knees to come back together. I'm going to roll on over into table, placing the hands under the shoulders, knees under hips. Rounding that back once again into cat, inhaling up into cow, exhale into cat. Letting each vertebrae articulate with the one next to it. Breathing with our movement. Pressing the earth away, paying attention to our wrists, our forearms, our upper arms, our chest. Moving into spinal balance or spinal crunch, your choice. Reaching out as long as we can, then allowing the back to round. Still moving with that same breath, that same intention, going as slow as we need to. And continuing on, or if you're ready, moving on to the other side. Inhaling up and exhaling, elbow to knee. Spinal balance crunch. And when you're ready, you can come on down to table. Sitting on back then into child's pose, allowing the wrists to rotate. Knowing that if you are suffering from wrist issues, you have the other options of being in a fist or doing some of the work on your forearms, which I'll give an example of here. So moving on to the forearms, same idea. So this would be like spinal balance crunch, but if your wrists don't really like that, this is what you can do. And trying it on the other side. So nose to knee, Inhale the leg out, exhale nose to knee. So that's always an alternative for that spinal balance crunch for you. And sitting on back to child's pose, allowing the arms to drape on either side of the legs. And we can also grab our strap between the hands at about a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, and then lift the arms up overhead. So if you cannot clasp your hands behind your back, this is an option for you. If you want to engage in a shoulder stretch, have that strap ready. And once again, it may just be right behind your hips, maybe over your low back, your mid back, or your upper back, depending on your shoulder flexibility. And remember, more is not always better. Always depends on our individual anatomy, so remind ourselves not to judge. And bringing that strap down, once again extending the arms into extended child's pose. Inhale forward, placing the hands once again under the shoulders. Walking the hands forward now into modified plank or kneeling plank. Exhale, lowering down, seeing if we can hover and hold for just a moment, just a couple inches off the ground, and then push back up. Now, if that's too difficult, allow your body to go all the way down and then push yourself back into table, and then come forward into plank. Okay? If you're able to, you can just move into that modified push-up. Good. Allowing yourself to come down and rest for a moment, palms facing the earth. Keeping the spine as long as you can. Inhale up to locust, exhale down. You can also just do the upper body, leaving the legs on the mat, or the lower body, leaving the upper body on the mat. Especially if this pose aggravates your back, you can try just one of these, or none of these. You can rest. Great way to open the chest, work on the upper back and shoulders, is getting the arms out into cactus pose here, or goal post position, or all the way overhead. Another option is the Superman flutter, so opposite arm and leg, or that Superman crunch. Remember, a longer lever is going to be more difficult. So if your arms are out away, it's going to be more difficult than if they're closer to your body. And rest. Bending our left knee, bringing the left heel to the left glute, and trying now with a strap. So putting the strap over the top of the foot at about the ball of the foot, bringing the heel in towards the glute. You have a couple options on how you want to grip here. So this is a half bow pose or a quadriceps stretch. And then if you squeeze your glute on that side, you'll notice your leg may come up off the mat because you're extending the hip with the glute. It's a deeper stretch there. Now we're going to lift that strap up and over, allowing the left hip to come up off the mat as the right leg stays as long and straight as possible. Now once again, your foot may come all the way to the ground, it may just come up in the air, and that's okay. You're just allowing a gentle twist of the spine. Good. Bringing the foot back, taking the strap off and switching it over to the other side. Same idea, placing it over the top of the foot, starting with that half bow pose Once you're there, squeeze your glute. You'll notice how my leg comes up. You're just bringing that heel as close as you can today to that glute for you. Half bow pose. And as you're ready, bringing the strap over to the other arm and allowing that knee to come up and over, bringing the toes over to the left side of your mat. Just in that direction. Does not matter how far you go, just as long as you're going as far as you need to today. Breathing into the front of the right hip. Inhale. And exhale, slowly switching the strap over, unhooking it from the foot, and then hooking it up onto both feet if you would like to try bow pose with a strap. So you have a few options. You can hold the strap over the shoulders if you like. I find this a little difficult, but you're going to press up onto the strap, allowing the thighs to somewhat come up off the mat. So you can press up and come back down to rest. There's another option. This is closer to what we do in class. It's a different grip. So it's almost like you're getting closer to the feet, pressing up and coming back down, pressing up and coming back down. Good. Releasing the strap from your bow pose. And once again, you do not need to use the strap if you would like to just grab with your hand if you can. Good. Elongating the spine. Resting for a moment. Placing the hands underneath the shoulders. Inhale up to low cobra. Exhale down. Inhale up, but maybe a little bit higher. And for some people, we'll go all the way up, but you must keep the shoulders down away from the ears. So we're crunched in there, but you're all the way up. We're not quite doing the pose how we should. So it doesn't matter how far you go up, just keep that neck nice and long. Good. And finding the level that works for you. That's what's most important. Good. When you're ready, push up and back. Extended child's pose. Tapping into that intention, using our breath. Inhale forward, replacing our left hand with our left foot. Grounding in through that front foot, walking it forward if we have more access in our hips today. Sink down, rotating the back of the hips down, lifting the arms up overhead into our kneeling lunge. Good. Rocking the hips back, bringing the toes up, heel down. We're going to do a little forward fold. Okay, we can also use the strap by wrapping it around and pulling our chest closer to our knee. That's all we're really looking for there. This is going to be very difficult for some people. You can use blocks on either side where you place your hands, but sometimes just simply rocking the heel down and toe up is going to be enough. You'll feel that stretch. Now, if you're on a hard surface, you may also need to put something underneath your knees on this one because it's putting a lot of weight on that back knee. Good. Rotating into like a warrior two. Bring your left arm over your left leg, right arm over the back leg. Inhale, exhale, bring the left hand down, right arm up, gazing over the right hand. Inhale, exhale, the right hand down, left hand up. Breathing through it. If this is very difficult for your hips, grab a block or a book, put it underneath your hand. Pressing on up once again into your lunge. Walking that foot in if you need to. Now this one, I highly recommend a little more padding underneath the knee. So you're going to bend the back knee, bringing the right heel to the right glute, or you can grab the strap and use that just as we have before. So placing it over the top of the foot, grabbing that and then bringing it right over your shoulder. Or you can grab underneath. So if this one's hard on your knee, you can definitely put a little blanket underneath it or wrap your mat over a few times to give it some relief. And if this doesn't feel good at all, feel free to remain just in your lunge position. It's not required. It's always a suggestion, never a command. And when you're ready, switching over to the other side, placing both hands down, pressing the left foot up and back, extended child's pose. Inhale forward, modified plank, lower down, inhale up to cobra, exhale back into child's pose. Good. Inhaling forward, replacing our right hand with our right foot. Arms are coming up overhead, walking that foot out, maybe deepening our kneeling lunge a little bit more, letting the hips sink down. Nice long spine. Good. Inhale, exhale. You're going to forward fold over that front leg as it straightens, heel down, toe up, and then reverse it. Back into your lunge, and then you forward fold over that knee. Only going to the point that works for you. Remember, you do want to pick those toes up as you fold. Good. Inhale, exhale, left hand down to the earth, right hand up. Inhale, exhale, right hand down, left hand up. Let that rib cage rotate. Look up over those fingertips. Inhale, exhale, the left hand down, pressing back up, either into the lunge itself or wrapping that foot with the strap. Bring the heel to the glute, whichever way works best for you. Reaching the right arm up overhead or simply grabbing the foot if that works for you. Now you may need to adjust the angle at which your knee strikes the mat. So you're not directly on a pressure point on the kneecap. So when you're ready, release that foot, bring the right arm over the right leg, left arm over the left leg. Windmill the hands down, press the right foot back, sit back, extended child's pose. Once again, inhale forward, exhale, lower down, see if you can hover and hold for a second, lift up to cobra, and then push back, child's pose. Inhale forward to plank, exhale, lower down, hover and hold, then lift up and through, cobra. Exhale back, child's pose. At your own pace, trying to find that little hover before we let down and move into cobra. Coming back, resting, extended child's pose. Tuning into the body. Good. Coming forward, we're ready, moving up into downward facing dog and pedaling the feet, pressing up onto the toes. Allowing the bottom of the foot to stretch. Good. Now practicing getting into a good position for downward dog. Bend the knees towards the mat, shift your hips back, then straighten the legs. Once again, bend the knees towards the mat, shift your weight back, then bring your heels towards the earth, straightening the legs. And you really want the weight not over the shoulders in downward facing dog. Good. Inhale forward to plank, hover and hold for a moment. pressing up and through into upward facing dog. Press up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale forward, exhale lower down. Inhale lift up, and exhale back. Now you can also do your downward dog, but if you're not ready for upward facing dog, just go into cobra. Then tuck the toes under, push up and back, down dog. Or remaining at the level of the knees, or switching back and forth. Always do your version at whatever time. Good, moving back into child's pose. We're lifting up to downward facing dog, allow the knees to come to the ground, extend the legs back, inhale forward to plank, exhale back, downward facing dog. Continuing on, inhale forward and exhale back. So you're just shifting the weight into a plank position to downward facing dog. Good, bend the left knee towards the chest. Exhale that foot up towards the sky. Inhale the knee between the arms as you move forward into a one-legged plank, and exhale the foot back up towards the sky. Inhale forward, exhale the leg up. Good. Bringing it down. On the other side, right knee to chest, bring the foot towards the sky. Inhale between the arms, exhale, foot up towards the sky. Inhale forward, exhale up. Good. Bringing the foot down to meet the other. Pedal those feet just for a moment. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, bring the left foot between the hands. Press up into your standing lunge. Engaging those hips down towards the earth. Arms are elongated, spine is long. Inhale, exhale, right hand down, left hand up. Rotating the ribcage as we are down there. Inhale, exhale, switching in out. Rooting through the left and the right foot. Inhale, exhale, right hand down. And we're going to push back up into our standing lunge. Inhale, exhale, both hands down, press the left foot back, inhale forward, exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, inhale, upward facing dog, exhale back, downward dog. Inhale the right foot up, exhale, then inhale it through the hands, press on up into lunge, sinking the hips straight down. Strong, long spine. Good. Inhale, exhale, left hand down, right hand up. Inhale, exhale the right hand down, left hand goes up. Inhale, exhale the left hand down. We're going to pivot the left foot so that it's parallel to the mat, windmilling the arms up into Warrior Two, bending through that front leg. Shoulders are relaxed down against the rib cage, gazing over the front hand. Good. Inhale as we lean forward. Exhale, scoop that arm back into Warrior Two. Pressing through the thighs, squeezing them together. Good. Allowing ourselves back into Warrior Two. Same cycle. Inhale forward, scoop that hand back. Warrior Two. Place the right hand down towards the thigh, lifting the left arm over the top, elongating this line all the way from our toes in the back. Side angle. Good. Bring the left arm down behind the back. Right hand is going to go underneath the thigh to meet the left. Or with a strap, going to Reach that left hand behind with the strap. Reach behind with your right hand to grab the strap. This is bound side angle. So binds are when we're wrapping things or making a connection from one side to another. If that doesn't work for you today, or if you'd rather just stay with side angle, stay there. Good. Inhale up to warrior two. And then all the way up. You can walk the feet in just a little bit. Toes are pointed towards the front of the mat. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, forward fold into our wide-legged forward bend. Let the head and neck release and relax. Breathe. Good. Inhale up to flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands down. Pivoting the left foot towards the front of the mat. The right foot will be parallel to the back. Bend into the left knee, gazing up over the left hand as it reaches out over the left foot. Shoulders are down and relaxed. Allow the knee to follow towards the pinky of the foot. Good. Dropping the right hand. Inhale the left hand up. Over. Reverse warrior. Good. Reaching once again. Warrior two. And continuing on with that cycle between warrior two and reverse warrior. Good. Moving into side angle with the forearm on the left thigh, right arm up by the ear, reaching out as long as we can through that right arm. And we can move into bound side angle if you like. Once again, using the strap with your right hand to drop down behind, grabbing with the left. Bound side angle. Or just remaining in side angle if that works for you. Just making sure that that shoulder isn't dumping into the ear. You have that space. Good. As we move up, warrior two. Straighten the left leg, rotate both toes towards the long side of the mat. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, coming down into our goddess pose. Choosing the arm position that you like, if you would like to be in Jin Mudra with slight bend in the elbows. Or we can move into our moonflowers here. Inhaling up and exhaling down. Making sure that we keep our weight in the middle towards the hips and towards the back. Knees will not be extending past the feet, but they're going to go in the same direction as the toes. Good. When you're ready, moving into those sunflowers, bending, scooping up, putting that sun up into the sky. Organically sweeping those arms. Just making sure that we switch which one is in front. Good. Down into goddess pose, perhaps balancing up on the toes. Tapping into our intention or our breath work to help us when a pose becomes more difficult or as we tire through our practice. Good. Inhale up and exhale. Bring the hands down. Walking the feet in. I'm going to try garland pose. So sitting the hips down towards the ground, chest is going to come up. Inside of the knees is where we'll place our elbows. You can also wrap the mat over a few times underneath the heels if you're having a problem with the heels reaching the ground. Or you can use your strap and double that over a couple of times and place that underneath the heels. Just make sure the metal side isn't right under your heel. That won't feel good. And that will give a little more lift to the heel and release some of the tension in the calves. But if that's too deep for you today, no worries. Just bring the feet towards one another into bound angle. That's your other option there, as what we practiced earlier. So here the chest is going to be up, the heart is lifted, the collarbones are wide. Now we're going to start moving. So you can place your hands on blocks on the ground or hold on to your toes, but you're going to lift the hips up as the head goes down and then reverse it. So this is great if you do any Olympic lifting, any squats in the gym. This is great mobility for your hips. So the hands stay connected to the earth with the blocks or the yogi toes and the hips come up. Good. Walking those feet in, press through the earth to lift the arms up overhead into mountain or Tadasana. Good. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up to flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale all the way up, extended mountain. Exhale to mountain. Inhale up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Let the head and neck hang, maybe grabbing the elbows. It feels good swaying side to side. Really just let that top half just hang out. Coming back to the center, inhale up to halfway, exhale forward fold, press through the earth, inhaling the arms up, exhale down. Mountain, inhale up, extended mountain. Exhale into chair, swooping the arms around as we sit back towards the heels. Hands can be placed at heart center or overhead, however you like. Just finding a twist here, looking over the left shoulder, allowing the torso to rotate, the shoulders to rotate, the rib cage, but the knees will stay pointed forward. Good. Coming back to the center. Inhale. Exhale. Rotate over the other side. Beautiful. Inhale. And exhale. Ready. Returning back to the center to chair. Inhale the arms up, shaking it out. Moving back now into our tree pose. Hands can be any position. Ensuring we're pressing from our standing leg into our balancing, into our foot, back into our balancing leg. And if your tree is swaying in the wind, it's okay. Moving into pigeon, crossing that foot over the knee, sitting the hips down to our balancing pigeon. Heart is still lifted, collarbones are still wide. When you're ready, moving into eagle by crossing the knee over, and crossing the arms, or just giving yourself a hug. And then when you're ready, moving into dancer, bringing the foot towards the glute, holding on, hinging at the hip. Or you can try this with your strap as well. So bringing that around the front of the foot. Elongating the arm, allowing the foot to push away, and leaning forward if that works for you today. Good. You ready? Trying it on the other side. Moving into our tree. Remembering not to lock our knee either, leaving a light little bend. Focusing on engaging the abdominal muscles. Keeping the quadriceps engaged. Moving into our standing balancing pigeon. Sitting down maybe a little bit further. Once again, tapping into your breath. And then when you're ready, we move into eagle by dropping that foot down as we cross the legs and wrap the arms around or give ourselves the hug that we so deserve. And staying there, challenging yourself, or if you're ready, moving into your dancer. So that might just be standing up straight, that might be pushing the foot away and leaning forward. All depends on what you need today. And then as you're ready, come on down and shake those legs out. We're going to move into a new balancing pose today. And so we're going to move right now into a lunge and shift our weight towards our front leg, keeping it bent, lifting our back leg. Trying to keep our arms and our left leg parallel to the ground. Into Warrior 3. Now that hip's going to want to rotate up, so our goal is to try and keep the toes pointed towards the ground. And then as we come out, placing that foot back down, we can go into Warrior 2, we can go into a lunge, totally up to you. Moving over onto the other side, into a lunge. Arms can start overhead. Help us counterbalance. Right leg comes up. Keep those toes pointed towards the ground. Left leg keeps a slight little bend in it. So we attempt to get the leg and the arms parallel to the ground. And as you're ready, moving back into a lunge or into Warrior 2. So that was Warrior 3. All right, let's try again. So on the right leg, into a lunge, arms overhead, shift the weight forward, gently lifting, elongating the right leg, bringing the toes so that they point towards the earth. You can also practice this holding onto the back of a chair if your balance really needs some help today, but enjoy the challenge. When you're ready, try to slowly come back into a lunge and moving back over. Lunge with the left foot forward, arms coming up overhead. Shift the weight towards that left leg as we slowly move into Warrior 3. You may find that one leg is more happy to balance than the other, and that's totally normal, but we just give it a try and a challenge just to do the best we can today. Good, and as we're ready, slowly come out, and maybe we can come out into a lunge. Good. Rotating back forward, bring the legs in, inhale up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale up halfway, exhale, forward fold. Inhale the arms all the way up, extended mountain, exhale to mountain. Inhale, extended mountain, exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale up halfway, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, extended mountain, exhale to mountain. Inhale, up, exhale, forward fold. Inhale up halfway, flat back, exhale, forward fold. Good, placing the hands down, bring the left foot and knee back, right foot and knee back. Sit back towards the heels into extended child's pose. Inhale forward to kneeling plank, exhale, lower down, inhale up to cobra, exhale, extended child's pose. Widening the knees towards the sides of our mat, allowing the chest and belly to come down between the legs. Taking a moment to tap into our intention. Noticing our breath, where it is, and how long the inhale and exhale is. Allowing that belly to expand. We're going to inhale, come on over. We're going to kneel down on our right knee, extending our left leg out. You may need to double or triple up your mat underneath your knee. We're going to shift our weight forward onto our hands and sit back towards our right heel. So you want your right foot in a straight line right behind your right glute. Inhale forward, exhale, sit back. Now, depending on your flexibility, you may be able to go all the way down, you may not. Just listen to your body. You can walk out your left foot wider if you're more flexible in that hip. But again, just tune into what you need now. Good. Shifting over to the other side. Bending our left knee, heel in line with our left glute. Right leg out as far as it goes today. And just sitting straight back, not off to the side. Straight back. Just a more dynamic stretch for our hips as we cool down our practice. Slowing it down. We've covered a lot today. We'll continue on taking care of our hips, that place where we hold a lot of emotion. Be sure to keep breathing with your movements, inhaling up and exhaling down. And we're going to come forward, keeping both knees bent and widening each knee out as far as they go comfortably today. Once again, you may need more padding underneath the knees, and you want to keep the feet behind the knee. So as the knee goes, the foot goes straight back. So this is kind of like a rocking frog stretch. So you're going to inhale forward, shifting your weight forward. Exhale, sit back towards the feet. Inhale forward, exhale back. Now, if there's pain in your knees and this is just too much pressure on them, don't do this one. Sit on over into that bound angle where the bottoms of your feet are touching each other, and you're just letting the knees come out to the sides. Inhale forward, exhale, sit back, taking your time. And as you're ready, coming on up, bringing the knees in, rotating over onto the back, slowly rolling down onto our backs, keeping the knees bent. Feet will stay wide of the mat. Allow both knees to drop in towards one another. So feet are wide, knees are together. This is a counter pose to what we just did. Just to balance out the hip abduction and adduction. Good, we're going to bend one knee in and one knee out, just rocking side to side. Allow the inside of the left knee to come to the mat. Right knee goes out to the side, and reverse that. Breathe. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Allow the feet to come together. Placing the bottoms of the feet down on the mat. Cross the left foot over the right knee. Inhale. Place the hands up in cactus or T position. Exhale, allowing the left foot to come over to the right side of the body into a spinal twist. Turn the head so it looks over the left shoulder. Breathing into anywhere you feel tightness, whether it's the glutes or your low back or your oblique muscles. Good. Inhale up. Cross the leg all the way over like we do an eagle. And then let both knees to drop over to the right side of the body, using the right hand to gently pull towards the earth to deepen that stretch. Keep your breathing as even as you can. It's hard in twisted positions, so just try to even it out. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. When you're ready, allow both knees to come up. Uncross. Then cross the right foot over the left knee. Inhale. And exhale, allowing your right foot to come over to the left side of your mat. Looking over the right shoulder. Breathing into this twist. Evening your breath the best we can. This pose aids in digestion, massaging the organs. Inhale up. Allow the right leg to cross over as far as it can so the thighs are touching. And then exhale, lower both legs down over to the left side of the body using the left hand to gently press down into the earth. Both of those legs. Still looking over the right shoulder. Go ahead and close the eyes if you haven't already. Still breathing. When you're ready, release the legs and inhale both legs up. Uncross. Bring the hands to the sides, resetting by inhaling up to bridge. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, knees to chest. Just resetting the spine after we twist. Gently rocking side to side if that feels good today. And bringing the bottoms of the feet to the ground. Inhale the hips up to bridge once again. Exhale, slowly lowering down. Allowing the bottoms of the feet to hug each other and the knees to splay out to the side. You can always place a blanket underneath the knees to help support if this is a little too intense for your hips. Or if you want a little deeper stretch, place the hands on top of the thighs and gently press into the earth. All depends on what you need in this moment. The eyes remain closed. Using the hands to bring the legs back in together. Inhale, knees to chest. Squeeze. Exhale, release the legs all the way out. Adjusting the spine. Lift the arms up, out, and away from the body, palms facing up. Rocking the legs in and out. The head side to side. So you're releasing any tension. You don't want to be clenching any muscles here. You want everything to be loose and relaxed in Shavasana, which is corpse pose. So allow the muscles in your face to soften, the jaw to relax and release. The neck to soften. The chest and shoulders to release and relax, and open your heart to this final relaxation. Your body is natural and relaxed, as if moving into a deep sleep. If your mind wanders, simply bring it back to your in-breath and your out-breath. Let your in-breath nourish any part of you that needs it, physically, mentally, emotionally. Let every out-breath release any negative thoughts or feelings or sensations. And as we begin to bring ourselves back to the present, we start by touching the thumb to the forefinger, noticing the sensation as we move on to our middle finger, ring finger, and pinky. As we begin to wiggle all of the fingers and toes, rotating the wrists and the ankles, rocking the legs side to side and the head side to side. We bend each leg and slowly roll over onto our side, taking note of the sensations we feel in this moment, the relaxation and calm. And once you have hold of them, gently press yourself up. Inhale the arms up, and exhale hands to heart center. Inhale and exhale. Once more. The light in me sees and honors the light in you. Namaste.
Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun.